everybody, it's Melanie from The Hedonist Cook, and right now I'm going to be doing the simplest video I've ever done. It's how to make simple syrup. Simple syrup is 2 ingredients, water and sugar. That's it. So you need 4 ingredients for this. You need some sort of container, you need a stove, you need water, and you need sugar. So I'm assuming most of you have that at home. So we are going to make this. Simple syrup is something that's used in a lot of cocktails. It's used in a lot of ice drinks. The reason that simple syrup is so great is because it's liquefied sugar, therefore it is not going to be gritty. You know, like when you get iced tea and you put granulated sugar in and it won't melt. So this is a great way to not have to deal with that, especially if you live in the South and you have sweet tea and not sweet tea drinkers. You can make regular tea and you can have simple syrup on hand so people can sweeten it as they like. So I was in Williams-Sonoma the other day and I found a container of simple syrup about this big and it was $14. It's water and sugar. So please don't ever buy simple syrup again. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and then we're going to talk about some of the additions you can put in to make it more flavorful. So now that we have our ingredients, sugar and water, we are going to make the simple syrup. The first thing we want to do is turn your stove onto high. Put a container, really doesn't matter what kind, and then you're going to put in your water and sugar. And what I normally do is a 2-to-1 ratio. That means 2 cups of sugar for 1 cup of water. You can do it to any ratio that you want. You can do 1 cup to 1 cup. If you want it thinner, if you want it really thick, you could do something like 4 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water, something like that. So this is 2 cups of sugar. I just put in 1 cup of water. Also apparently just lit something on fire. So we're gonna stir it in. Let's see if I can zoom in here and show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see that it is granulated and it's not melted into the water yet. So it's going to take a few minutes to do that. Usually right before it boils is when all of that sugar melts and it's going to look clear. So keep an eye on it. It should only take a couple minutes, and in a moment we'll see what it looks like when it's all melted. So as you can see, we're finally getting to the boiling point. And we are done. And hopefully that's not going to overflow. So it's boiled, which means all of that water is incorporated. The next thing I'm going to be doing is adding my additional ingredients. So I would hate for you to have to go to the store and buy mint because it's super expensive, but I'm guessing that if you're like most people, you have some type of friend that has a garden, and mint grows like crazy. So as soon as this kind of doesn't look like it's going to boil over, I'm going to throw just a bunch of random peppermint into it. Leaves, stems, everything. It really doesn't matter because we're just going to let it seep in there, and we're going to let it, you know, put the flavor in. And I like to leave my mint in for at least a couple hours, if not overnight in the fridge. I want a really strong peppermint flavor. But again, if you just want a basic simple syrup, you're done. You've boiled it, let it cool off, put it in a mason jar or glass jar and put it in your fridge, and you're done. So let's look one more time. You can see about that consistency I was telling you about. You can see that it looks just like water now. It doesn't have that cloudy appearance to it. So that's how you know that you're done. So I'm going to be adding my peppermint. Throw in as much or as little as you want. You really can't screw it up. I mean, you just can't. Even if you don't know how to cook, you can't screw it up because you add stuff or you don't. Let it sit for 2 hours or 2 days. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't leave the peppermint in indefinitely because obviously peppermint is a plant and it is going to start to go bad at some point, but I normally leave it in for at least a day and there's no issues with that. So we're just going to let this come to room temperature so I don't break a glass. We are going to put it in a container and we have simple syrup. So that's it, we're done. It really is the simplest thing ever. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see other videos, recipes, or random food facts, please visit my website, thehedonistcook.com. Thanks.